Welcome, guys. I'm here with the top four from the last Planetfall Clash minor, Zeliaser. He is a top contender on the ladder, very, very well known for his Markolian play and his play in general. Some like to deem him the high roll king. He's a very, very good player, and he showed it in this tournament. Congrats to you, Zeliaser, and welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty stoked with my result.
No, it was good. It was very good. You only lost to the two people that were in the top two, literally. So really, really good showing from you. Tell us a bit about your journey. We know you play for YGG. You've been playing in esports for a long time now. Where'd you start, and how'd you end up in parallel?
I started like 2 years ago in like 2021 playing Axie. And then like I became a very good player in Axie. So YG contacted me. I ended up in their esports for Axie. And then I went on to basically win it all in Axie. Also with Sekinox and DC. Once Parallel came out, DC and Sekinox made the switch right away to Parallel because I really liked the game. And I was super busy playing Axie, so I couldn't even try it. And once I tried it, I was like, nah, I'm not going to keep playing Axie. I'm just going to play Parallel. It's just too good. So yeah.
That's
So
crazy
basically,
to make the
yeah.
swap like that. For all three of you, you already had a game that you were established. Like, we've seen this on the Web 2 side with some other players that came from Hearthstone or Marvel Snap, but you guys did it in a successful, kind of like Web 3 game and found a lot of promise in Parallel to make the jump here. I'm sure that was a difficult decision, even though you guys ended up liking Parallel, right?
For me, it wasn't difficult because I usually compete in card games a lot. So I play Pokemon TCG a lot.
Oh.
I usually travel playing Pokemon. TCGs, like straight up TCGs, where I actually love. I really enjoy theory crafting. I really enjoy like building out decks, trying to make it cohesive,
Yeah.
and and all that good stuff. I really like it, and I play TCGs tabletop like every weekend.
Oh, wow.
So
So you still play TCGs ever? You still playing Pokemon
yeah,
on the
yeah,
weeklies?
yeah. Normally now no, because
Okay.
I have been so busy preparing
Yeah.
tournaments because we had tournaments like every week.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to go in the weekend to play,
Yeah.
but I will be back this weekend.
And actually, that brings me to a good point that I want to talk about. How did you prepare for this tournament? If you come from a TCG background, I'm sure, like you said, you like deck crafting. You've been very known on ladder to be trying out like these wacky builds that you come up with, like, and then through that experimentation, find a very good core. How did you prepare for this one?
So I feel like for the preparation, it's a mix between two things. It's playing ladder a lot and recognize what's the good things on ladder because that's the baseline, right? And the other thing is like trying weird stuff that can win certain matchups, right? Like for example, like the wildest stuff I tried for this prep was Shoshana to beat Kathy and try to make it has a chance against Shroud, but it couldn't be done. So we ended up with the Nehemiah instead. Also, like talking to other people, it's super important because the thing is like I would take like 100 games of ladder to optimize a list that I want. That's what I
Yeah.
did with the Cathy, right? But the thing is like I need to test out like 7 different decks, right? So I don't have 700 games in me, you know? And it has to be like highly focused
Yeah.
700 games, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't have them. Like I maybe have 400. If I try really hard, I
Yeah.
have 400. So the other three have to come from conversations with other people. So
Ah.
like being connected is so important. That's why I'm like super close to Manos, super close to Hogvax, super close to Lambi. So like I think we push each other to be better, not only in a competitive way. It's also like giving opinions and giving conclusions on what is good, what is bad, and that type of stuff.
That's amazing. That's such a hidden gem that you just gave out right now, like working with a group to kind of like theorize and really get the value. It's really hard in a game that has a best of 5 conquest to be really, really good with 4 decks, knowing that one might not even make it through, and if someone surprises you, then you have to play a deck you're unfamiliar with, then you could be in a big problem, right? So getting that knowledge passed on to you from other players that are also doing the same thing it's such a level up. That Thank you for sharing that. It's actually amazing. Let's talk about, the tournament now. Day 1, I believe you only had 1 loss. Am I correct? Oh no, you had 2 losses.
I had two losses.
Yeah.
But I had the hardest route because You would know when I tell you my opponents. You would
Yeah.
know I had it easy at all. I had like one opponent that didn't do more than 4 wins. Everyone else did 4 wins or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, so you were at the very very top end, and I think like
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, the any matches that you lost was at the very later end, so there were top tables at by the end of it,
Yep.
and
Yep.
you ended up being one of two X2s that made it. What was let's talk about your lineup, right? We can
Mhm.
start. We'll go deck by deck. Let's start with the brand. We have it here right now. Why did you play it like this? We know Tyler's list, who ended up winning the tournament, was a little bit different. How did you prepare your brand, and what was like theory behind it?
Okay, before we go into brand, I
Okay.
think we gotta talk about the ban
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
feel like for this type of tournaments, you have to know what you're banning to know how you're going to take your decks for the decks that are left,
Yep.
right? So I decided to not ban Uni because I felt like it was easier to take against Uni than to take against Kathy because
Okay.
Kathy can just high roll you and you die.
Yeah.
Like you cannot do anything.
Yeah.
And against Uni, I felt like the games were really grindy and I could like win just being better. So
Okay.
that's why I just like because Uni sometimes mismanage resources here and there. I ended up with like one more card of resource, and demo into demo and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I decided to not ban Uni, decided to ban Kathy every game if available, and if I don't ban Kathy, I'm probably banning Earthen. If
Okay.
they don't have banning Kathy, I ban Earthen.
We keeping Unishop in the rotation. Otherwise, banning Earthen. That makes sense because you brought a Kathy, and Earthen is kind of annoying with Kathy. So let's walk through the brand now. With that focus in
Okay.
mind, we're dealing with Unishop mostly. That's what we're teching against. That's a very good
Yeah.
framework. Okay, why did we do it this way?
So the first thing I realized about brand is that PS8s are only good into Neos and Kathy. I don't expect anyone to bring Neos day one, and I'm banning Kathy. So if available, so
Mm.
why would I have PS8, right? If PS8s are super bad in mirror and they're super bad into Uni, which are the two things I wanna consider. With that in mind, I want to have as much value as I can in my deck, which ramp and never run out of steam, right? For early game, we have the 3 Engine Whisper, the 3 Swords, the 3 Void Trappers that are super clutch in the mirror and like in a lot of stuff because when you go first, you ended up running out of cards really fast.
Yeah.
So you need like something to bank. Not even like a good card, you only need stuff to bank. To keep
Yeah.
banking, keep banking. Baron, Hearth, super good in this meta. Logistics, the highlight cards of the meta. You have to ramp. It is what it is. Astos is insane. I ended up cutting to 2 Honor Stewards because I felt like I only needed one against Uni ever. I only needed one turn four, and that's it.
Mhm.
I wasn't expecting to play a lot into Earthen, but even if I do, I feel like I'm favored even having two. And in the mirror, the Honor Sword feels so bad because it always
Okay.
gets
Yeah.
TOL or like
Yep.
whatever. It feels so bad. So, and even if I need a Honor Sword in the late game, I can just get it with the Unseen Allies
Okay.
because usually you banish their Honor Sword.
Hmm.
Adira works super well with Trusty Belt as well. I did that play like twice and get like Adira into Adira into Adira into. I basically filled up my Singularity. I basically
that's
attack with Adira 3 times,
that's crazy.
get 6 cards into your Singularity, and then like you will never run out of late game
Yeah.
by then. Wong, the usual. One collateral. The reasoning behind the collateral is to break Drum Printer and Gaia Skull
Yeah.
because the only way Earthen really beats you is with a Gaia Skull play. So I just had one collateral there to be safe. Actually, it's kind of weird because the moments I used the collateral was against Shard.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
yeah, I blocked a demo once and won.
Ah.
I blocked the Shard going to 8 against Uni as well.
Okay.
Actually, it's damn weird because I didn't use it for the reasoning I
That
wanted
you
it to.
brought it, yeah. You just, but
Yeah,
it's you kept you kept your opponents away from the tempo, right? Which does it's a
yeah.
huge effect.
And the other thing is like since I'm not banning Uni, I will have to have 3 treacherous and
Yep.
also like in the mirror treasure is super good. So that's why the 3 treacherous. 3 erasures, super standard. One stolen power, super
Yep.
standard. The 3 unseen allies because I'm expecting like super grindy games. So
Okay.
I don't wanna run out of steam. Like if I'm alive, I have high HP, I don't care. My deck will keep playing stuff. The two TOEs are basically just for the mirror.
Yeah.
I never use this card outside of the mirror, but it's just too good in the mirror that you
Okay.
have to.
Yeah.
That's the card I would say if you're trying out this list on ladder, I would cut for like some early power, like maybe another Stolen Power, maybe PS8, whatever you
Okay.
want.
Yeah, yeah.
The 3 demo is because like sometimes you fall out of like you cannot control the board. You just stabilize shard into ramp, and you demo like turn 6 or like even turn
Ah.
7 against
Yeah.
Harv. Like
Yeah.
you can demo super quickly. In this like it really feels like you'd never die before demo, except against Kathy. Kathy
Yeah.
can kill you before demo,
Yeah.
but I'm banning Kathy, right?
Yeah.
And the stabilize shard for the same reasoning. I want to ramp, get to my demos, get to my late game stuff, and like get a super grindy game going. I would never lose a grindy game.
Okay. The trusty belt, right? I know that was like a fan favorite when it was kind of like discovered, and it's been played in brand like pretty much ever since. Like a lot of brand players do like tech it. I know with the addition of like the new battle pass card, space is tight. Was there any situation where you wish you ran two instead of the one, or it was just like you could only fit one, so that's it?
Actually, I didn't. I banked
Okay.
it a lot. I banked it
Okay.
a lot. I banked it
Okay.
a lot. It's just like it's either a win more type thing
Hmm.
where you do it to like get really ahead when you're
Yeah.
already ahead,
Yeah.
or you use it to try to do a Hail Mary play.
Okay. Okay.
So
It's
for
not part of the core
example,
gameplay. It's just there like in case it's needed.
yeah, in case it's needed, like either if you're really behind or you're really ahead to
Okay.
secure the win. If
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
really ahead, you secure the win. If you're really behind, you can get something going on. Like really behind, I mean like with Brand or with Adira.
Okay. That makes
Because
sense.
also in this meta, they always have a 1 HP, a 1 attack minion, right? So Trusty
Yes.
Belt needs to have you need them to have a 1 attack minion so you can hit into Adira there and then you can hit Adira somewhere else,
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense. So you're kind of like abusing the fact that everyone's playing the logistics support cruiser. You're
Basically,
trying
yeah.
to get okay. And now that we have that card in, I'm sure this made it a lot easier to also play a little bit more rampy towards the three demos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Did you miss the Spectre attack craft at all, or do you just think like the LSC is better right now?
The thing is, I didn't because I mean I did at first because I didn't know how to win games going first.
Okay.
Because the thing about this list is you will run if you're first, you do 1, 2, 3, you will run out of resources so fast,
Yeah. Yeah.
like so fast. In the mirror, like even in the mirror, it's better to go second actually,
Okay.
just because you having two more cards is really big difference. But the thing I realize is just if I'm going first, I cannot drop 1 cost and that's it. I just go 2, 3,
Yeah.
5 and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I have options in my hand. So once I made that gameplay change, I didn't miss it at all. At all, it wasn't needed at all.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Okay, that's pretty big. It's like the mindset shift and understanding your game plan and kind of like adjusting off that. Okay, that's
yeah,
really cool. Any last things you want to say on this before we move to the next deck?
yeah. One last thing I want to say is I don't think this deck loses to Newton, where
Oh,
people
that's
think
something I
it's
did
like
wanted to ask about. Yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk about that. You that's a pretty bold claim. Most people would say, bring in New Dawn to beat like any brands that you see, but you
Okay, okay.
said this works better.
You gotta think about this,
Okay,
okay?
yeah.
How does the hero power from New Dawn works, right? It brings 1 card every turn, right?
Yep.
Infinite, right? It's infinite value, but 1 card, right? But the thing is, like, I'm bringing like 3 to 4 cards every turn with unseen allies. I have 6 turns to use it, right? So the thing you gotta think about is, do I win in those 6 turns? My answers is probably yes, right? So I'm bringing more value than his hero power is doing, right? I don't have a hero power because Brand doesn't do anything, but unseen allies is basically insane, right?
Okay.
So I lost to go with. I feel like it's even. I feel like the way they lose, the way you, is it's pretty straightforward. It's basically if like another shroud gets a huge lead, and you get like so much damage into your face, you
Yeah.
die. And the way I lost into go was damn funny. He had 7 units on board. I needed him to not buff his hearth.
Yeah.
He buffed his hearth. So I was
Uh
like, So I was like, okay, I lose, I guess, because
Yeah.
Harf was the only 1 HP minion, and if I can Adira twice, it's super. He didn't have a demo in
Ah,
hand,
I
so
understand.
he
Okay,
had
okay.
all 3 demos in deck, so I could use his demo.
Yeah.
So with the 1 Adira, I didn't get in, but probably with the next 3 cards, there should be a demo
It's good a
there because they
chance.
were all 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's very, very
so
interesting. Okay. I like that. And
yeah.
all your units coming from Unseen Allies are generally, if they're the cheaper ones, they're pretty strong too by late game because they're
Yeah.
getting buffed from the brand passive. So,
Also, even if they're not even buffed,
yeah.
like usually in the mirror they're not buffed. But
Okay.
if they're not buffed, it's fine because they're like singularity steward. Like you can put like 5 singularity stewards.
Yeah.
So like, so what are you banishing? You need to
Yeah.
demo this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, I like that a lot. That's actually very, very cool. Let's move on to the second deck here. We have the Unishop, everyone's favorite deck right now. Anything specific you want to mention in like your build philosophy, or does it kind of, feel pretty standard to you? And
I
how
mean,
did you approach this?
I felt like before the tournament, I felt like it was standard, but I realized it was not.
Okay.
It was very different than the other unis
Yeah.
because they're running like hammer and 2 poisoners. I'm like, what? And they're only running 2 drum printers. I
Mhm.
felt like 3 drum printers is the way to go. That card
Yeah.
is like so important in every single matchup except like Kathy,
Yeah.
where you cannot play it. Uh, so I thought it was normal, but I don't know. It's supposed like
Y-
it's not normal, I guess.
Yeah. You felt yours was a little more consistent. It played more. It
Yeah,
synergized more to
because the
itself.
thing is like they have hammer, yes, and they
Yeah.
can push damage. But I've never been in that situation where like I need to push 6 damage and win. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like never. I just like played for the long game. Drum printer 5 tokens, draw 2 card. Poisoner kill everything.
Yeah.
Uh, put 5 tokens. Then Ingrid, he
Yep.
dies.
Yep.
Like you just put it in a spot where like you have infinite value and you just play chill. You know?
Yeah, no, that
Like
makes sense. I've seeing some debate on the, usually the 2 cost slot is a little bit contested. You chose the Alvaro over like Cunning Diplomat, for example. Do you like Cunning Diplomat right now in this deck, or is it like you just like the value, the stats that the Alvaro
yeah,
brings?
I just need you need the stats.
Yeah,
Like you really need the stats.
yeah,
Like sometimes you don't have a 2 cost and the shield pod lives to like turn 10. It's so annoying.
yeah,
So annoying. It's so annoying. Like actually it's so annoying. So I just want to have like if I don't have one, like for example, if I have Gunslinger in hand turn 1, I will mull it away like almost every time because like think about what I'm facing against. I'm facing against mirrors and shroud, right? So
yes,
Gunslinger doesn't do anything, right? So I don't like if I'm not playing Painter turn 1, I'm not playing at turn 1,
hmm
right?
yep,
I want to play a turn 2. I
okay,
really want to play a turn 2
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and just like pressure something with damage, right?
yeah,
So like yeah, I don't think this deck has to play a 1. I feel like you need to mull hard for logistics. Even PS8s. Most of the time if I'm on the play, I don't even keep PS8s.
oh wow,
Like
okay, you send it back,
yeah, because I'm prepared to play the really long game.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And if you wanna play the really long game, one thing in this game is like you gotta start playing the long game from turn 1. Because if you don't, then like you might hit like a breakpoint where like you don't have any more steam, right?
yeah,
If you bank a drum printer, then you don't get another one, then your board gets answered, and then you're like cooked, right? So like I was thinking about being in the long game from turn 1.
okay, no,
Like
that
if I
makes
get
sense,
Ingrid on 5, I don't care. Like
yeah,
normally I don't care. I beat so many Ingrids on 5. And the other thing is like my ladies were at the bottom every single deck. I was bottom 5 and bottom 8 last first 2 rounds.
oh
I
my
won those
gosh,
games
oh
anyways
wow, that's
because
actually pretty
because
big,
you yeah because you play like if you play thinking that you don't have it,
yeah,
you get better answers,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. You're making
You
better
try to
decisions.
answer, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey guys, just interrupting this video real quick. I wanted to showcase my little parallel binder. Look how sick these cards look. Can't wait to open some more packs in the future, which I will be doing. Stay tuned for that. But I wanted to reward those of you that have been watching this video. If you can, subscribe below and leave in the comments your favorite deck to play on ladder right now. If you do that, I'm giving away one Planetfall NFT pack, the player packs. So we're giving away these packs during some of my videos now, hiding them in between to reward those of you that have been watching. So make sure you're subscribed and comment below your favorite deck to play on ladder right now, and we'll be doing the giveaway shortly after this video. All right, let's move on to the third one. We got the Catherine. This one is, you played a little different than what's the fan favorite right now. You stuck to your roots of the Burn Cathy, with a little bit of some modifications. Now, why did you choose this one over, the standard unit Catherine for once?
Okay, so I feel like the edge of like Unit Cathy is a more consistent deck, 100%, because it used mana so well, right? Like you can always utilize the mana you have, and it doesn't really run out of cards that much. This one does. This one really does run out of
Yeah.
cards, and it's more of a hero kind of thing. You have like the shell of like Unit Cathy. The first 3 turns, you're basically a Unit Cathy. Nothing changes. You're basically the same deck.
Mm-hmm.
But after the first 3 turns is the way I want to win the game. The thing I didn't like about Unit Cathy is if she's not controlling the board, she's just losing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. There's no way to come back. Like with this, it's like I can control the board the first few turns. If I deal 10 damage to face with units, I just win.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I literally all the time I win. Because the only thing I realized in this meta is that no one kills you fast.
Yeah.
Like nothing kills you fast. So you have time to set up. There was even one play on stream. I don't know if you saw it, where people were like, "Oh no, you needed to play everything there and like try to triumph and do whatever." But I wasn't. I think the play was I had Hearth, double crack shot, Stindy,
Yes, I remember this one.
Triumph, and Spotter.
Yeah.
The thing I was really unlucky with the banks from logistics, and I banked 2 spotters. So that was my last spotter.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, if I do the play everyone wants me to do, I cannot play hard. I was 7 mana. I cannot play Hearth, Spotter, Triumph, double crack shot. I have to pick between Hearth, double crack shot. I needed to do everything basically.
Yeah.
So I decided to just play Cindy, save myself some HP, and then the next turn go big. I ended up getting Hearth, so I just lose.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I know what's in my deck. Like, this deck is hard to play because you need to know what's in your deck, what's in your waves, what's in your bank every time. What's available to you, and I knew I needed to do lethal next turn, and the only way I do lethal is hope no Hearth.
Yep.
Hope no Hearth. Try to, because if it was at 22, I think, so it would be I had 12 on hand with a Hearth, with Triumph and one more mana. So I will be able to even cast another Triumph off Triumph.
Yep.
So I kind of needed to, because I had one Crackshot left, one Orbital, and one Assault on 13 cards. So the only way I win is like getting another Triumph.
More cycling with the spotter and stuff.
Getting going, yeah.
No, that makes sense. Do you feel like the logistics in this deck clogs your rallying cries at all? Like, how does that synergy kind of work together, or do you not mind it?
100% clogs it. The thing is, like, you don't want to rallying cry on 3 anymore with this deck.
That's very interesting.
So basically, the play you want to do all the time is 4 1 cost. You have 4 1 cost plus, like, one of the 1 cost being Machinist.
Yeah.
So you go 1, then 1 2, 1 1, and then 3 1.
Yep.
And then 3 3 with like another
logistics.
Another logistics, which is like easy to get because like Machinist can only get logistics in this deck. So basically, you thin out a lot of cards, you draw cards with logistic, and like you ended up with like 8 mana when there are like 4 or 5. You just basically burn his face.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Do you think it's like that way just because Fleet Support is now at 4, or if Fleet Support was at 3, would you still play it this way?
100%.
Okay.
100%. If Fleet Support was at 3, you would just play 3 Fleet Support and the burn and logistics for ramp, and you wouldn't even play the Machinist.
Okay.
Fleet Support Rallying Cry, yeah.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. No, this was really good. I liked this deck a lot. Unfortunately, you weren't able to close it out in the game against Tyler, but it was a good showing overall. I like the deck. Any these are all the decks that we went through on day one, right? So any
Yeah.
in day one moments that you want to talk about, any matches or anything in particular?
Okay, I want to like do a run through of my matches because
Let's do
the thing
it.
is like, yeah, I qualify as a 5-2,
Yep.
but if you see my matches, I was well deserved, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were the hardest I faced. First round I faced comfortable, which is about like
He was also
I
in the
don't
top
think it's
10.
a
He was also in the
yeah
top 10 this
it
tournament.
was exactly top 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
I lost to him and then he went 5-0 and then
Yep.
lost the last one and
Yeah.
he ended up top 10. So that guy was really
Yeah.
actually really good
Fun
and
fun
his
fact,
game
by
was
the way,
good.
he was playing that whole tournament on an in an airport.
Yeah, he told me. He
Yeah.
told me he was
And
playing.
his
But
match he
when he
played in
played,
the airplane.
actually, when he played against me, he wasn't even in the airport. He was on the train going to the airport.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It
want to
was
do I want to
insane.
do a whole like story about this. Like maybe I'll do a video or a
Actually,
post,
it
but
was
it's
damn funny.
crazy. It's absolutely
Yeah,
crazy. But yeah, okay, you get comfortable. Where who else?
comfortable.
Yep.
I won super close games. I think he misplayed once.
Yeah.
I won. Second game, Nor.
Okay. Okay.
I faced Nor. That's actually the Hero King. I'm like allegedly the Hero King, but Nor
It's
is
Nor. You give it to
actually
Nor.
the Hero King.
Okay.
And I won against Nor because he rolled a Niam off Baron and he killed his entire board.
Oh,
That was
dang.
so nice. That
Yeah.
was so nice. Third game I faced Bin, I think. Fourth game I don't remember fourth. Five was Ko.
Okay.
Six was no, four was Raw something. That guy was also
He was
like top
also like
four.
a top X2 for most of
He
the
was
tournament.
yeah he was 5-2 at the end.
Yeah.
He was like top 14 or something.
Yeah.
Uh, five I faced Ko. That's my first loss.
Yeah.
Six I played Pensoken on stream.
Yeah.
He I was 4-1. He was 5-0. I
Yeah.
faced him because I was the highest rated 4-1.
Yep.
So my matches ended up being harder and harder because I faced a harder and harder
Yep.
opponent.
Yep. Yep.
And the last game was against Tyler.
Yeah.
I lost 3-2.
Oh, so you played
Against
Tyler
Tyler,
twice in this tournament.
yeah, I played Tyler twice.
Okay.
He
Okay.
beat me
Okay.
twice. Actually,
Okay.
he beat me twice. He beat me twice, but I mean, they were close series. Could go
Yeah.
either way. He was like really pressuring both.
Yeah.
He even told me like he felt like Kathy spells was so scary, but he decided to ban Uni all the way, so
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
wouldn't change the plan.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we go to day 2 after this, right? You fought pretty damn hard to get to day 2. You go to day 2, and this time is different, right? Normally, you're allowed
Mm-hmm.
to prepare your deck after day 1 and lock it in day 2. This time, you had to
Yeah.
lock it in from the start. How did that change your decision making? Why did we lock in the Nehemiah that we see here? How did we go about all of this?
Okay, by the way, this Nehemiah is different than everyone else is playing.
Uh-huh.
And the reason behind this Nehemiah being different is because of Shoshana and Manos, okay?
Yeah.
Because we realize no one is playing relic removals. And they're like, wait, we can just win with Gaia. Can we
Yeah.
make Shoshana work? And then we played Shoshana one entire day. And we ended up beating like a lot of Kathy with it. And like,
Yep.
we actually considered playing Shoshana. But
I
then the
remember he was
hotfix
talking to me
came.
about it.
Yeah, the hotfix came, and then the seeds don't go back before the Gaia.
Yes.
So that really hurts Shoshana because you just die. If you don't formidable last turn, you just die.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So basically, this is a deck that has two plans. So we got the Gaia's plan from the Shoshana,
Yep.
and we inserted it into Earthen. And the punish we have here is that we don't have fungi to do like the ramp into whatever, because that was the alternative plan when Nehemiah cannot ramp.
Yes.
Just go painter or growth into fungi.
Yep.
And try to like control the board a bit and then ramp later, whatever. But I feel like when I did that, I always lose. So I was like, why do I have this plan anyways? Like
Yeah.
this plan sucks.
It
I
doesn't
always
win.
lose. Yeah, I always lose with it. So I was like, okay, let's go. We call this deck Big Earthen because like everything is big. The thing is like you can ramp like even in Tyler's match, I ramped. I was controlling the board, but I didn't have a way to like keep pushing the board forward, right?
Yep.
So I was like, you know what? He's on the play with no cards. If he draw the relic removal, it's already gone.
Yeah.
Like no shot. He's like seeing and staring down at Nehemiah, whatever. He hold on to a relic removal. He doesn't play Annihilate, so there's no way to remove it. So I was like, you know what? If he doesn't have the collateral, I just win. And
Yeah.
just slam Gaia, bank everything with Gaia, and OTK him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Student of Shana, Gaia, do the stuff. But I think, to answer your question, I think it really changes the way you view it if you can submit it after day one or before. Because I didn't put a lot of effort into this deck. I think this deck is improvable. Uh, just because I was thinking like it's so tough for you to put a lot of effort into a deck that you might not even play if you don't
That's
make it
true.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It takes a lot of time and preparation too, right?
yeah,
And you don't
with
even
my
know
other
necessarily get there.
like this deck was literally on theory. I never played this deck before the
Oh wow.
tournament
Okay.
because like I didn't have the time. I needed to play like with the other decks. I don't even need to check my own list. I know exactly what's in my list, right? With this deck, I have no idea. I was like, am I playing two Mias Mancer or three? I have no idea, man. I'm playing two student. I played the entire tournament thinking I was on one student of Shoshana.
Oh
But
my god.
now I see I'm on two. I had no idea, man. I just realized I have two students of Shoshana. I have two cunning diplomats only.
That's
I had no
hilarious.
idea, man. But
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. So that okay, that makes sense. You ended up playing this, and that being, I think a lot of people did say that, right? That their fourth deck for this tournament was a bit difficult because you had to just lock it in, and you needed to prepare the other three decks, whereas normally, as we've seen in other tournaments, like you can prepare the fourth deck after the day one. You
so
jam in a bunch of games, you maybe talk theory with some people, and then you lock it in. But this one, you just kind of like theory, it's definitely going to get the least amount of games, and then you just put it in. Were you happy you brought the Nehemiah, or did you wish you brought something else?
dude, it's 100% win rate. He wants to. He
Yeah.
played two games, won two games. I cannot complain, bro. Played two games, won two games.
That's amazing. Okay,
He
that's good.
won
It
a
worked.
mirror. He won a mirror and uni.
Yeah. I
I'm,
like the
I'm so
guy's
happy
call.
with it.
I like the guy's call pick. I thought that too, that guy's call should be played more because relic removal is on the decline, like you said, especially with Catherine switching to more of a unit base than the burn. There's no fleet support in most decks, right? So relic removal is on the decline. And even if like guys call is like the kind of like you end all be all, like you can win you the game, and but worst case scenario, if it does remove, at least you get the ramp. Maybe you can do something with that. But yeah, I like the guys call. I liked it a lot. Good pick.
Actually, no. If Gaia gets removed, you lose.
Yes, every I yeah,
Let's
you do lose.
let's not kid ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Just lose.
All right. All right, okay, you just lose. All right, it's the last option, but it can win you the game with the less relic removal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Let's talk about like the overall, day two or the whole tournament as a whole. How did you feel about it in terms of preparation and everything like that, and even how the tournament went? Is there anything you would do differently for the next one?
I would definitely do stuff differently,
Uh huh.
but I felt like for this specific tournament, I had the best lineup.
Okay.
Like actually, I felt that way
Yeah.
because I didn't roll good the entire tournament. My Cathy was was two times on the play, nine times on the draw
Wow.
in the entire tournament.
Yeah.
I ended up winning games with it. I always felt like I was getting the turn I didn't want because I didn't want to go first with Brand, for example. I always went first with Brand and Mirror in everything. So I felt like I wasn't getting lucky, but I was getting wins anyways.
Yeah.
Like I never played Freddy's or Ingrid on 6 or 5. Never in the
Yeah.
entire tournament. They were bottom 5 on bottom 8 2 games and won those games anyways. So like I felt like I was playing really good, and the list also fit my playstyle in a way that allows me to play really well.
Yeah.
I felt really prepared. Like there was nothing I was like scared about. The only thing that actually scared me is when I saw the battle pass relic on Shroud in Pensoken's list. I was
Yes.
like, what does this do? I was like, really, what does this do, bro? Like, what is
I
this?
that was actually a cool pick. I like that. I like that he brought that because it is kind of like their own form of Gaia's call in the late game
Yeah,
with an
it's
unseen.
it's his form of third on scene. It's the
Yep.
way, like because like I want to play third on scene so I can always play, and he wants to play the relic to just kill me when he plays his first on
Yes.
scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it was like interesting pick. I wouldn't have done it even if I consider the card
Yeah.
because I feel like it's a wacky card, but it's definitely a cool one. I
Yeah.
mean, it fits his playstyle more, right?
Yep.
Because I don't think about Pensoken as a player that can play an infinite game. He's more of a player that wants to win the game fast, which
Yeah.
is okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for example, I used to be that player a lot of the time, right? But in this particular tournament, I was super controlled.
Okay. That makes sense. Now, I mean, I know we have a qualifier coming up next, but the real prize is the majors at the end of the month. Assuming all things stay the same in terms of balance, like how do things do? Does anything change for you, or do you kind of like just refine what you have and go from there?
I was thinking about this yesterday. The thing is, like, Unique Cathy is a better deck than Spell Cathy, but the issue is if I want to bring those three, like
Yep.
Brand, Uni, and Cathy, Unique Cathy doesn't fit the equation. Because, okay, let's put it into perspective, right? Let's say we have Brand, Uni, and Unit Cathy, right? And they will ban your Uni, right? And you ban Uni, and you will face a Brand and Unit Cathy. You're basically facing a mirror, and it's so
Yep.
weird.
Yep.
Feels so bad, right? You have no edge. 50-50, no edge, right? Where my list is like, I ban Unit Cathy, I'm facing into Uni and Brand. So
Yep.
I just, like, my Cathy super favor into Brand, and I know it's like 50-50 versus Uni, because like it's literally you just go first, slam your minion, hit a little bit of face, and then like
Just burn them.
finish you off with spell. Yeah. It's 50-50 or super favored.
Yep.
So I feel like I have more of an edge, right? I'm not scared to play Brand into Uni, not scared to play Brand into Brand, like, because my list is made to play infinite games, right? And so that's the thing. I talk about this with Manos. He even told me like at round three, he was like, "I wish I had spell Cathy actually, because
Did he actually
because
say that to you? Did he say that to
yeah,
you? Because
yeah,
he
he
made
said
fun of me for so much of this tournament preparation when I kept saying like I don't know. It just seems like Burn Kathy or Spell Kathy fits the lineup more. I just kept saying
okay.
that.
Yeah, the thing you gotta know, you gotta realize is like, yes, Unique Cathy is a better deck,
Yes.
but you gotta make your lineup cohesive, right? You gotta like probably spell Cathy is probably worse than Earthen in ladder. If you play ladder, it's probably worse than Earthen.
Yep.
You're better off playing Earthen on ladder than playing spell Cathy. It's probably the fifth best deck, where Unique Cathy is probably the second best deck, right?
Yep.
The second or the first, who knows?
Yep.
It makes more sense. Even though it's a worse deck, it makes more sense.
Yep.
So you gotta go with like what's cohesive versus what's good. Like what Tyler did is like just slam the best decks in the format, but then like you see Tyler's games and it was giga high rolls, bro.
Yeah.
Like his brand couldn't fall behind, and he never did. Like if his brand ever falls behind, he loses, but he never did. So
Yeah.
like, and for example, my deck, I never played a brand game from my head, like ever, like not even once. I played a brand game from my head. I won. I lost once with brand. So like I played from behind the entire
Yep.
tournament, and it was good, right?
Yeah.
So it's like where luck fall into place. I would say my lineup was the best. I would stand by it. I would think that a lot of people would agree, because the way Tyler won games, I saw Ganera versus Tyler. It was like round three, I think,
Okay.
and Ganera had the game won, and Tyler rolled a Freddy's with Sanctuary,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Ganera treacherous the Freddy's, and then he got another one the next turn. He was like,
Yeah, it's the nature of
just
TCG sometimes.
yeah, it's the nature of TCGs, and Tyler was rolling super good, but he
Yeah.
also was playing super good. Like I,
Yes.
I wouldn't remove credit for him,
Yep.
but I would remove credit from his lineup. I don't
Okay.
think his lineup makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Uh, because it doesn't give him an edge
Yeah.
in the ban situation. You
Yeah.
get what I mean?
So the only thing that would change for you is if maybe you find a better lineup that punishes a popular pick.
Yeah,
That's what you're probably looking for. Otherwise, like you said, you felt really confident with this one, and this one did execute its plan. So you're very proud of that. That I think that all makes sense.
yeah. Actually, I think no Cathy also makes sense.
Okay. Well, that one's very
Like
interesting.
the issue with no Cathy is what do you ban? Because you gotta predict their ban.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because you have
Yep.
Earth and Brand and Uni. So if you're decided to like, you cannot be locked in on a ban. You have to like think, okay, if he bans me Earthen, I wanna be banning his Kathy.
Yep.
If he bans me Shroud, I wanna be banning like
Sure.
his Uni.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is like different.
Yep. Yep. That makes sense. Okay, I think that makes a lot of sense. I thank you again for the insight. I think this video with you is people will probably take the most away of any that I've done so far. You gave a lot of gems, which is really really good. Thank you so much for that.
I
Do you?
mean,
Yeah.
I
What's up?
don't think that there are gems though.
No, that
I have more stuff in the bag that I won't share.
we'll
You
save
know?
we'll save it for another time maybe. Save it for another
Nah,
time.
nah, nah. I
That's
won't.
for
I won't.
you.
I won't. I
That's
won't.
just for
I
you.
won't. I won't. I won't.
Okay.
That's my edge. You know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's good. I think that makes a lot of sense. In general, with the scene of Parallel, do you have any closing thoughts about like Parallel in general or the tournament so far? Anything you want to talk about?
I think like it's the best early competitive format. Like the best way to start a esports scene I have ever seen. I played
Wow.
like a million. I played like early Hearthstone. It was
Yeah.
so bad. It was so bad. I played early Axie. It was terrible. And like this is like they really took the effort to like build the Ecleon page and like makes ban easy and like even it feels like managing these tournaments is not that hard because everything is in place for the tournaments to run smoothly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like even in other games, they couldn't do Swiss because Swiss takes more time, right? And they didn't even care. They just went Swiss from day one and like build up a way that is like easier to manage. And I feel like that's super good because even this tournament has like a bit of a weird take because you couldn't ban within the platform because this one with was on community gaming.
Yeah.
But we found a good solution. We just queue in
You cue in
the
what you want to ban.
what you wanna ban and it was like fine. Like that was the only one that was like a bit weird. And the admins were saying that let's go 3-1. 3-1 ban. And like it was damn funny. But then
Yeah.
like someone found the
That
solution
was a
and we
very
just
good
went for it.
solution. Whoever came up with that to just cue
Yeah,
in what
actually,
you wanted to
I don't
ban.
know. I don't know who came out. I did 3-1 in my round one. Actually, it worked out. It worked. It actually worked.
That's crazy. All right. Thank you very much, Zelly. It's been a pleasure to have you, especially a player of your caliber. I'm glad that you were able to place this tournament. You deserve it. I'm sure we're going to see you a bunch throughout the whole season.
Nah,
Uh,
I'm winning the major. I'm
you're
winning the
winning the
major. This meta,
majors, and we'll see you at the
yeah.
majors. And I think the majors are gonna be absolutely crazy. This tournament to me felt harder than all the others. I don't know why. I think it's maybe just the way the
New.
format is kind of
It's just
set.
it's basically a new meta.
Yeah.
Is because okay. The thing about this meta is that we used to play for purely for tempo, like the last meta was literally pure tempo. Just
Yep.
go, do what is efficient that turn, and think about what you're going to do next turn when you get your top deck. It's like you're playing like Giga Hero every
Yep.
time because you can't hold resources. But we having ramp and the ramp being able to draw your card is insane. So you can hold off, not play for tempo and play for value,
Yep.
and you can win games that way. Now we actually do have comebacks in the game.
Yep.
Before it was like the only way you come back is your opponent breaking,
No,
literally.
100%. Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's a very fair point, and yeah, tournaments are only going to get harder and more intense especially with the majors coming up. So thank you again, Zelly, for this conversation. It was absolutely like really really insightful. I really did like it. Those listening, thank you for listening. I know this was a longer one, but there's a lot to take away from this. And yeah, we will see you later.
Bye bye.